Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And these people that toot their horn, and I'm not saying you, but people that toot their horn and, I gave away, $500,000. Let me pat myself on the back here. Like,
you never call me. You hate people.
You just love finding people to not like.
I hate people individually, but I love mankind.
Oh, you do.
Okay, so yeah,
that's fair.
yeah. I mean, all these people.
Sounds about right.
But we just said before the segment that you don't like hanging out with people either.
Well, that doesn't mean I think they're bad.
We don't know each other that well. You've said 30 insane things to me in the last few minutes.
I'm not an everyman.
No, you're not an everyman.
I'm not an everyman.
You are a singular man.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans, we sit and count. Our chairs stacked just like a mountain. You heard about it, she running her mouth.
It is roster cut down day for the Green Bay Packers.
And you're fired.
You would enjoy that, wouldn't you? Like, if you had one job other than this, I feel like you would enjoy being the assistant to the general manager who just
Turk?
That just fired
still
players.
Have a Turk.
What do you mean by the Turk?
Turk's the guy that, hey, can you grab your playbook? Well, if you suck, Turk just tells you suck, get lost. But if you're a decent player, usually it's a notch higher up that tells you. But as a player, you feel if he can't see you, then they can't cut you, which is not true. He's standing in the doorway. I'll go in the back door. There was only 1 year I had to worry about.
Wait.
1 year.
Wait, so because obviously, you got released at the end of your career, but that was because of injury. It's not like that was, skill-based. But you're telling me the year you were worried about, which is what year? Rookie year? Second year?
No, that was second year because they put me on IR pretty much right away.
Okay.
My first year. Mm-hmm. So I knew I was going to be around.
So you're telling me that you were worried about being cut, so you just tried to avoid the guy who was telling you to go to Ron's office? Or would Ron even be the one to tell you? Who would be the one that would break the news?
You know what? Well, it went through a list.
I guess you would never actually know because you never got cut.
No, Ted did it 1 year.
Okay.
Ted Thompson. There's Brian Broaddus, who was Mike's right-hand man. It was kind of a...
So is it a situation where they're telling you, hey, grab your playbook, you got to come with me, and they're taking you to Ron's office, or they're taking you to their office and they're the ones cutting you?
Ron didn't cut anybody. So if it was an established player,
yeah.
Say a 10-year vet who was a very good player in the league, someone higher up would tell you. I don't think it'd be Ron, but it'd be the player personnel or something like that. Because there's so many minions that walk around that building.
Has that changed? Because Hard Knocks is giving me the impression on cut down day you talk to the GM.
That's for
TV?
television. It's so stupid. They don't. No, that is for television.
Because there's fairly unknowns, but guys who were the story of camp that are in the office of the GM.
No,
or the head coach.
No. I'm trying to. It may have happened one time where it was a fringe Hall of Fame player that Ron released them. But most people don't. I love firing people. Most people don't like firing people.
It's an awkward exchange. Yeah, I am aware.
Who are you firing?
My son. And then Angie fired my oldest son because he was playing solitaire on her computer in the office. Canned.
You fired one of your best friends.
Oh, he's canned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't. You need anyone fired?
If I do, I'll let you know.
What does it say that it seems the people you hire don't respect the things you guys are asking them to do so much that they earn them. Because getting fired...
Well, firing your kid, I feel like, it's your kid.
Your
I
best
get that.
friend. It seems like people are taking advantage of you, if I'm going to be honest here.
Taking advantage of me? Well, yeah.
They're trying to until they get their head chopped off.
Think they wanted to get fired?
I mean, playing solitaire at work is usually a telltale sign.
But is that egregious? Is that a fireable offense?
It depends upon what you were supposed to be doing at that time.
Well,
but I would say, not that I've ever had a desk job, but based on what it seems like I know about desk jobs, every once in a while there's a lull in your day. You get around to solitaire in.
Yeah.
What was he supposed to be doing?
He wasn't supposed to be in her office.
Okay, so I feel like that was
secretary ratted him out.
I feel like that was a key detail that needed to be shared. Yeah. That he wasn't sitting in his own cubicle playing solitaire. He was in the boss's office playing solitaire.
Yeah.
I feel like it's different.
I mean, have you guys ever been fired?
No.
Really?
I've worked here my entire life, man.
No, I know.
No, I've left every job on my own.
Really?
Yeah.
I think as football players, you're just conditioned. At some point in time, you're going to get fired
you're getting
or
canned.
demoted. Like, you're doing me a favor. Thanks.
Wait, so I want to go back to you being nervous because again, it's not like they tell you made the team, right? They tell the people who didn't make the team.
Yes.
They didn't make the team, and then you're just kind of left
and then
wondering.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, that year's between me and another guy, tight end, who was kind of a douche. I didn't like him either. Arrogant. And I was better than him, but there's still that in the back of your mind.
Well, because he was probably he was like a veteran, a little more established.
He was probably 4 year. I was
okay, so he was a little bit more established.
And he wasn't very good.
But yeah, you're still wondering, well, I wonder if they're going to go with that guy.
Yeah.
And they think maybe he's healthier because I was injured last year. I can see how that doubt can start to creep in.
So I actually had to wait until they started cleaning his locker out. And then I'm like, okay, I'm safe. But then...
So did you just hang around on roster cutdown day, the day you were worried about, again, which was your second year?
Yeah.
Did you just wait around the locker room until you thought you were safe?
Well, you had practice that day.
Oh, they cut you before practice?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then it was different back there because there was maneuvering and stuff, and sometimes they had to cut a guy to bring him back.
Yeah. They literally did that with AJ.
Different.
Yeah, they did that with AJ Hawk once.
Yeah.
And again, this is just a recent rule change where this is going to be for potentially Baron Sorrell and definitely for Marshawn Lloyd. But they're going to be placed on IR. At least it looks like they're going to be placed on IR. And 3 years ago, if you were placed on IR, that meant you were
had to
out.
Clear waivers.
You were out for the season.
Oh, really?
So what they would typically have to do is those players would have to make the initial 53, then place them on IR so they can designate them for return.
Yes.
But they've gotten rid of that, and I think you can do 2 or 3 designate for return so they don't have to make the initial 53 right away.
Then my following year, that was the hamstring year,
okay.
where they were trying to make me the starter my third year.
Yeah.
But then I pulled my hamstring like 3 weeks towards camp. And then pulled it again during the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kept trading for tight ends. And I'm like, this isn't good.
They kept trading for tight ends?
Yeah. They traded like a second or third round pick for a tight end from Denver who was terrible. I should have been a better player.
I mean, I think you had a pretty good career.
But I still could have been better. And then he winds up getting. Fate has so much to do with it. When I was this close to getting cut.
Yeah.
In the middle of the season, and all of a sudden, the Atlanta game.
Yeah, in '94.
In 94,
the one at County
Brett
Stadium
goes over the end zone,
and you tackled him in the end zone.
Yes, but that was my breakout game. I had 5 catches for 76 yards. And maybe we'll keep him. And then went to Dallas for the Thanksgiving game. I can't remember which came first. The Dallas game might have been.
Dallas game was first.
Okay.
Because that Falcons game, I believe, was the second last game of the season.
So then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of figuring this thing out, how it works. you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was comfortable all the way through. Started the next year, even though they traded for Keith. Keith didn't come in until the 8th game.
Yeah, and we
were off and running.
And you were, I mean, that was your first Pro Bowl season, so you were really taking off by the time Keith just finally decided to show up.
But me and you were talking before the show. I'm like, once I got into my 5th, 6th, 7th year, you can tell who's making the team. You can tell. I remember Joe Andruzzi?
Yeah.
His brothers would wear you out because they would be here for the whole camp.
Okay.
They were firemen, so they're 1 day on, 14 days off, you know?
Is that the rotation for firemen? Yeah. 1 day on, 14 days off?
Well, that's what my brother told me, who was LAPD.
Okay.
The cops and firemen kind of battle.
They kind of go back and forth.
So I'm like, he's going to make the team. Will you get off my back?
Yeah.
It only happened with 2 players. And I knew it. Andruzzi, you know who the other one was?
So you knew Andruzzi was going to make it or get cut?
No, I knew he was going to make it.
Okay.
As a free agent.
Okay.
And the other one was like a 7th, 8th, or 9th round pick.
Double D?
Double D.
Donald Driver.
I'm like, Donald, you're going to make the team. Don't worry about it. You're fine. And he was sweating it.
Well, yeah, because he's a 7th round pick.
I know, but you can see the gaps when you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, I want to ask Jason, I want to go through a handful of positions because a lot of times I can't see the gaps now.
Mm-hmm.
But like backup QB, 3rd string tight end, there's a battle, you know?
It looks like they might keep 4.
Tight ends?
John
they can't,
Fitzpatrick.
No.
Yeah, I think everybody seems to think they're keeping 4.
Nope. How many receivers are you going to keep?
6.
I should have been a GM.
I'm just telling you, these are the roster projections.
I'm saying you're wrong.
I'm not even saying it. I'm just saying, like, all the roster projections I'm seeing from the reporters that we trust.
No, because you know what's going through his mind right now?
What's that?
Please let him keep 4 tight ends. Please, so I can stuff it up as you know what. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you guys...
Remember your 5 loss in the month of August prediction? You haven't brought that one up in a while.
I never said it.
Chewy was right? Holy, Chewy was right.
Finally, we get to the truth.
Yeah.
So, not that this was as important as trying to make an NFL roster, but I'd ever tell you my freshman year at Platteville making that team story?
No.
So we had a fall ball roster, and the way that worked was like they had preferred walk-ons, and because I was recruited to play there, they had like 3 days of tryouts, and I didn't have to go to the last day. So, you kind of felt good, but you weren't sure, and they posted like the roster for the fall on the dugout at the field, so you had to go check it out. But the really nerve-wracking part was they had to cut us down from like 40 to 30 for the actual roster for the season.
Yeah.
And he did it after we practiced on a Sunday. And Sunday nights, we practiced from 10 p.m. until midnight on Sunday nights. So we get done with practice. We're leaving for like a week to go to Texas for our spring break trip. And you're nervous. Like, I know I'm close. Like, I'm not going to be a starter. I'm probably close to that bottom part of the roster. And he said, hey, we're going to send you an email of, if you got to come in and talk to me on Monday. So I get back to my dorm. My roommate is still up. My roommate is still one of my very good friends to this day. But, it was a random roommate. He's up. I explained to him what's going on. I'm like, all right, but I'm nervous, but I got to shower. Like, I got to hit the shower. I got class in the morning. I got to shower. So I go and shower. And while I'm in the shower, he creates a UW Platteville baseball coach at gmail.com account. So I come back. And, I sit down, open up my email, refresh the email. I realized pretty quickly that it was him who did it, but that feeling of your stomach sinking when you seen it, because it's 12:30, 12:45 in the bleeping morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm not getting an email from anyone else. So you just see that there's an email in your inbox and you're just, bleep. And then I open it up and I saw the email address, and in the body, it said something like, you suck, you got to talk to me tomorrow.
So you knew it was fake.
So I knew it was fake, and I quickly knew it was my buddy.
One other story, and this was my rookie year.
Okay.
So I had a lot of downtime because I was on our IR, and this is Tony Mandrich's last year.
Okay.
And Tony, you saw the documentary on Tony. Mm-hmm. Tony had some issues and things like that. But they were full-blown going to cut him, which would have probably been 89. So that would have been his third year with the Packers. Clearly, he wasn't the player they thought he was going to be. They were going to cut him. But the coaches sent Tony back in to one of the preseason games with a concussion.
Oh.
And they were going to sue him. So they couldn't cut him. They actually had to put him on IR for that year.
So he
and then let him go the following year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was kind of the weird. So, because I used to work out with Tony, because I was on, they put him on IR. I was on IR.
He ever offer you anything?
What, roids?
Yeah.
No. No, he was.
What else would I be talking about, man?
Watch the doc.
If you're
there could be a lot of different substances.
That's fair. But if you say I used to work out with Tony Mandrich, that's like saying I used to work out with Barry Bonds. But I'm going to ask you if he ever offered you anything.
But he wasn't all there at that time. And I seen Tony. I think I saw him 3 years ago in Philly. We had to do a show to private signing together, and he's all straight. He's a great dude.
Well, it seemed like
he is a solid, good dude.
It seems like he kind of figured it out. And I remember
it being. Did I tell you this story? Hold on.
No.
This is my wife. This is my wife who sometimes has vomit mouth.
Sometimes
she doesn't. She knew the name, but she didn't know who he was. So she was out shopping. Comes back. Me and Tony are in this room with the guy signing, and I'm like, "Hey, Ange, come over. This is Tony Mandrich." Oh, you were the bust.
Out loud to his face?
I'm like, please tell me you just didn't say that. I just heard that. And Tony handled it like a champ.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what do you do? What's the follow-up? How do you break the ice there? I'm like, oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you just...
Yeah.
I don't know how you handle that.
You're the bust. I'm like,
Well,
what do you do?
What was her... Did she realize that's not... Did she not realize how offensive that would be to somebody who was standing in front of you? Did it just slip?
No, that's she just says vomit mouth sometimes. It's just like...
She's got vomit mouth. You don't know if it's supposed to be a secret, not be a secret. You guys are just a perfect pair.
Well, it's like at the craps table in Vegas. Craps table in Vegas.
This is good.
Ma'am, what do you do? I'm not. So I've just become conditioned to it.
Let's go to the room now.
Yeah. But you see the pattern, Josh?
Dealer, can you color me up, please?
Josh?
Yeah. I won't ask anyone ever. Even if it seems very obvious, staying away. They got to bring it up to me.
Yeah. So
I've seen it going wrong once myself, and I never want to be in that situation again.
Like you didn't.
No.
But I can only imagine the level of awkwardness you had just witnessing it.
It actually wasn't even anyone I knew. I witnessed it happening at a restaurant, and it made me feel so bad, and I wanted to leave. That I was like, "This is never. I'm never going to go."
Which one was worse? Because I was there for both.
I think the asking the lady who is pregnant who wasn't pregnant when she's due. I think that one's worse.
Not calling one of the biggest busts in NFL history, oh, you're the bust?
I think
was
there's
deeply uncomfortable.
Yes. Is that deeply uncomfortable? Yes. But also, like you said, Tony handled it like a champ.
He did. He handled it unbelievably.
As unfortunate as it is, like, it's probably not the first time that's happened to him.
No, and when she left to go up to the room to bring her bags up there, I said she had Tourette's. So just don't.
I think there's also
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about Tone. She's got Tourette's.
There's also a level of innocence that can be
there's no
to that of like a
yeah.
She didn't realize how offensive that term is. That's just a term.
She doesn't really follow sports. She just Googled your name. Right. Like, I'm sorry, man. Yeah. She thought maybe, she thought it was a compliment.
Can it get worse?
I don't think it gets worse than the asking the pregnant lady.
Okay.
Or the lady who's not pregnant when she's due. I feel like that's probably the worst.
Listeners, let us know if you had anything worse, because those two are pretty bad.
The problem is that with Tony, somebody known to take roids is not somebody who has the best regulation of their emotions typically. Thankfully, in this spot, Tony did.
Yeah.
But that's a hairy line to walk there.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
We are going to talk to Jason. Any surprise cuts coming? Plus, apparently an old friend of ours was inquiring about one of the wide receivers. We dive into that. Jason Wilde coming up next. Some are calling it the 1,000-year storm. Recent flooding has affected everyone in our community, and at the Ewald Automotive Group, they would like to help. Their entire team is ready to do what they can to get you back on the road. Now through Labor Day, they're offering $1,000 in flood assistance toward any used vehicle at any Ewald location. And for over 60 years, they've been a part of this community. That's one of my favorite parts about Ewald. Yes, they have taken care of me. They've taken care of people I know in terms of your automotive needs. But they are such a part of the community, and they have been for over 60 years. And they're going to get through this, so they always have, together. Visit them, ewaldauto.com. See dealer for details. Offer expires September 2nd.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got an accident on 94 eastbound right about at 84th Street off on the left shoulder. Beyond that, though, it does slow down all the way through the stadium interchange. And then also some delays heading through the Barker Road area to about Brookfield Road. Southbound 41, you got your backups from Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. Northbound slowing from Mayfair Road all the way up to Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Bar at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. It's in the heart of Milwaukee's theater district. This modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. We went to Proof Pizza just a few weekends ago. What a cool place it is, and my kids loved the pies. And if you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. That's right, just mention my name for 10% off your order. You can learn more at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Hey, Jen Latta here, and as a client of the We Sell Group, I can tell you firsthand, Rob and Nick make the home buying and selling process easier. Right now, school's out, and that means it's the perfect time to list your home. The market is challenging and inventory is tight, but you don't have to face it alone. Rob and Nick are pros. They take the stress off your plate so you can focus on your family, your summer, and just breathe. Contact Rob and Nick to see what your home might be worth in this market. Connect today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
It's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. This summer, I'm getting relief from the hot sun whenever I need it with my motorized retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors all summer long. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $200 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. He joins us 3 times a week on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, dudes. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you, pal?
Better than Tommy DeVito.
Jason, is there still a Turk?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think that now maybe it's just he makes phone calls instead of comes and knocks on your door at, they're at a hotel now. They don't stay at
St. Norbert.
At St. Norbert anymore. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah, at the very least, he's the one who calls you and then waits for you at the front door and then escorts you up to Goody's office so you can get the bad news.
Oh, wait, so Goody actually tells you?
Well, I guess I shouldn't assume that. I think they know.
Well, Ron never did.
Yeah, Chewy was telling us that he thinks that the dramification of getting cut via Hard Knocks, that, the player goes to the GM's office, that he said that's BS.
I don't think it's BS with these. I think they always talk to every player. The general manager does. So Ron did not.
No, it was Jason. It was Reggie McKenzie. You remember Brian?
He was the Turk.
Yeah,
he was the Turk.
You remember Brian Broaddus?
I do.
Brian Broaddus. Ted had a stint of it because as a player, you felt, well, if they can't see you or find you, then they can't cut you, which is not true.
It's not really logical either, but okay.
So with that, Jason, can I go through a few positions and tell me what you think when it comes to...
It's like Costanza dodging someone who wanted to break up with him.
Jason, third quarterback.
I think it's going to be Taylor Elgersma on the practice squad. I think they're going to cut them both. Like last year, remember last year before they actually, I think, traded for Malik Willis, they cut both those guys, right? They or maybe not. Maybe they had actually made the trade, but they cut both Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt.
Yeah.
And then Michael Pratt chose to join the practice squad of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they kept Clifford. So I would think that that'll be the same scenario today, and then tomorrow, whoever they want to keep will get the practice squad invite.
Tight ends. Now, these guys said they might keep 4. How are they going to do that?
No, not might. They will keep 4.
They are?
Yeah.
Well, what are they going to do about the receiver position?
Keep 6.
Yeah, but when everyone else comes back.
Well, when Watson comes back, well, they'll figure that out then.
Exactly. Chewy, you're living in the past, man. Like you're hung up on some clown from the '60s. You gotta think differently. Like,
how do you live with yourself? It's not easy.
So, in all seriousness,
everything
it has changed so much because of, believe it or not, COVID. Because when they dealt with COVID in the league and they had to figure out ways to make more guys available to play in case you tested positive and had to miss that week, they changed the complete dynamic of the practice squad. And for folks that are not NFL transaction nerds, let me explain this briefly. Let's say we have Chewy's our starting tight end, and we've got this young, up-and-coming UW Platteville tight end named Gabe Neitzel. And we really like him, but he's got to develop to make the jump. So we have him on the practice squad. if there was a game where Chewy had, plantar fasciitis and he's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks, and we call up Gabe Neitzel to the practice squad, whenever we decided that Chewy was healthy enough, and because he was such a warrior, he'd be back. He was back in 2 weeks. We would have to cut Gabe Neitzel, expose him to the waiver wire, and then hope that he got through waivers so we could bring him back on the practice squad. Now, and you guys obviously know this is more for some fans who don't, they could bring guys up as a game day elevation, and then they go right back down, and they never go through the waiver process. That was something that started with COVID, and I think they realized that it was a much better way to be able to manipulate your roster. So now, and they say this, but it's the truth. It's not just something they say. The mentality is, especially with the additional spot for an international pathway player on their roster, they actually keep 70 guys, 53 on the roster, 17 on the practice squad, and they really view it as a 70-man roster. Now, all those guys have to pass through waivers initially to be brought back onto the practice squad, but the mentality is totally different. And so, to your point, let's say Reed and Wicks, for some reason, aren't ready for the opener. They can still keep 4 tight ends. They can still keep Reed and Wicks on their 53, but then they can elevate, say, Julian Hicks and Yukon Cornelius for the game against the Lions and have those wide receivers available to them. So the traditional numbers, while still important, are not the way they used to be when Ron was doing this. And the numbers were pretty hard and fast. Like, you were shocked when they kept a 4th tight end or a 4th running back or whatever it might be.
So with that being said, Jason, when Watson and Savion Williams return from the, what are they going to do at receiver?
They obviously it's a bit of a pickle because I don't know enough about Savion Williams' injury to know this for certain, but I would think that obviously Christian Watson's starting on PUP.
Yeah.
I mean, Goody basically flat out said that. And so he'll miss the first 4 games, and I would think a few more after that, because one of the things Goody said was, we know after those first 4 games he's going to be chomping at the bit, and we're going to have to hold him back. Well, I think they're going to hold him back just to be safe, right? So it's going to be a while there, 6, 7 games maybe, 6, 7, which apparently the kids are saying nowadays. And then with Savion Williams, I would assume him, and I don't know this for sure, this is just an assumption by me, him and Marshawn Lloyd will be the 2 guys that get the IR with the designation to return. So that's another change that started last year. You could take 2 of your guys and IR them and designate them to return right away at the cutdown. They used to have this weird thing where you had to be on the 53, so you had to spend that. So, like, they cut Matt Warzek one year, their long snapper, and it was like they were never going to go without a long snapper, and it wasn't like they were looking for somebody else. They needed to kind of finagle the roster spot. Then they put that guy on IR and brought back Warzek the next day. So you don't have to do that. I'm guessing those 2 are the best candidates for that. There might be a couple other guys that are possible, but that's what they're going to do.
Talking with Jason Wilde, and his appearances brought to you by Lakeland Supply. They're in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Any surprise cuts you think are coming from the Packers?
Well, if I knew what they were, would they still be a surprise?
Well, it'd be a surprise to me, but because you're so good at your job, you've got the early info.
Stop. Yeah, that's true. I'm like Mark Neitzel when it comes to electricity. That's what I am on the Packers. Or Keith.
Either
so,
or.
Look, so, like, if they cut Isaiah Simmons, would you consider that a surprise?
I don't think so. I guess the one I'm looking at, that I'm thinking of, would be Jacob Monk, where it seems like he's on the bubble and he was a high enough draft pick in his second year. That would be a little bit surprising to me that they would give up on someone that early.
Yeah. Or maybe he's an IR guy, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's
possibly
the IR guy. that makes that decision for them. So that's another possibility. Look, I don't think he was bad at guard, but I do think that he has value as a center, and I think he played, I don't know about well, but good enough when he played center during the preseason. Now, the problem is, and this goes against everything they do, but they drafted him knowing this, I think. He's basically a one-position player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he struggles that much at guard, do you really want to carry a guy who's just a backup center? Especially if something happens to Elton, like, look at how they lined up for the opener. Now, obviously, for the preseason finale, obviously Jacob Monk wasn't available because of the hamstring injury. But from left to right, it was Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, Sean Ryan, Donovan Jennings, and then Zach Tom against the Seahawks. So, and I would argue that if there was a situation like that for the opener, I don't think they would, even if Jacob Monk was healthy, they would start him. They would just shift over Sean Ryan. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd be super surprised by that. Maybe I would call them unlikely cuts, but like the old days, like when they cut Josh Sitton, that was a surprise, right? That was a knock me over with a feather type.
Mike Daniels.
And like you learned, like the Sitton one, you learned that in the background, he was just constantly grousing about not getting a contract and having to finish out the year. And so they just said, forget this guy, and they cut him. So there's always some sort of backstory when there's a big surprise cut. But, yeah, I kind of feel like that era has gone bye-bye a little bit, just because you kind of commit to most of your team nowadays the way you build it in the offseason, right? And then it's the last 15 or less roster spots that are kind of up for grabs.
Jason, you deserve credit. And Goody was listening to you when you said they only had 6 linemen that can play. That's why they traded for Kennard. Do you feel better now? And part 2 of the question is, could Aaron Banks' back be worse than we think?
That's a great question, and that's one of the questions I was going to ask. I was outvoted. I was hoping that we were asked if we wanted Matt LaFleur on Sunday, and apparently I was the only one who voted yes because everybody else wanted to spend their Sunday doing something other than going to Lambeau Field. So that was one of the things
you should have gotten him for a one-on-one, Jason. Isn't that how it works?
Said. I was gonna text LaFleur and say, hey, apparently I'm the only one who wants to talk to you today. So what are you doing later? You want to meet for a nice Cabernet? Look, so I don't know, but it's a great question, Chewy. Tausch is wondering the same thing too. And again, I'm not saying it's like you went and bought a vehicle and you overpaid and it turned out to be a lemon. Mm-hmm. We're not there yet.
Oh, I mean, lemon law applies, right? You can return it?
Yeah, I think so. I would.
Here you go, San Francisco. Take him back.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, and we don't have a whole lot of information at this point. And Aaron Banks is like the nowhere man when it comes to the locker room. I think I've talked to him twice, which again is a little weird, right? When you go out and sign a guy for what they signed him for, that kind of conveys a elder statesman leadership role when it comes to your media interaction. So I've not talked to him very much. I know the back epidemic was caused by the soft beds in suburban Indianapolis. But the guys that didn't have back issues to begin with were back out there at practice, right? It was Lucas Van Ness, it was Kenny Clark, and it was Banks. Banks had a back issue, and then apparently it was exacerbated. So that's one of the things that when we talk to Matt LaFleur tomorrow sometime is on the to-do list for sure. To your question about whether I feel better, I don't know. Kennard,
Well, Jason, the guy has what's not to feel good about? The dude's won a Super Bowl each of his first 3 years. Clearly, this means a Packer Super Bowl.
No doubt, and it means that he'll play in one game. He's averaging 1 game a year. He played in 1 game as a rookie in 2022. Played 6 snaps on special teams, And then he played in 2 games last year, one of which he started in the finale when they played literally no one that mattered. So I am not here to run down Darian's resume. I mean, anybody who's related to Dolly Parton has my interest, as he is. But he's played 3 games in the NFL. He started 1 game. I'm not sure that they just added Joe Thomas to their roster.
Quickly, Jason, before we let you go.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Like we do anything quickly when I'm on this program.
That's fair. But when... Oh, now I forgot my question.
Who are you, Couch?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know why. I just the thing just escaped me.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. Okay, well,
I guess that's it. I guess that's it. I'll text you. I'll text you if I think of the question.
Okay, you can read my text to answer on the air for all of our listeners.
Well, and then that way we can finally be brief.
That's true. Although now I'm purposely going to write like 4 paragraphs.
Thank you, Jason. We'll talk to you again on Thursday.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
I can't believe that just happened. I just had it and it just slipped out. This is
happens
gone.
to me all the time. But I have an excuse.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I'm starting to become more like you. That's a little concerning.
You're just getting old.
That could be true, too. I can tell you about this. I know I have to tell you about this. Our friends at Events by Design, new partner here at ESPN Milwaukee, they partnered with us out at our golf outing, and they did a great job out on the 14th hole. Walk-up songs for people as they were teeing off. It was a nice little wrinkle to add to our event, and they can do that for you, too, with Events by Design, because they're looking to boost your culture with captivating corporate events and appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. The creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work that they do because they believe every event should not just be successful, but fun. One people are still talking about years later. That's what I'm still impressed with what they did at the Buck Soiree. Just told you about what they've done for us. They can do some of those things for you as well. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped create companies, and they've helped companies execute successful events. Retain top talent by investing in that culture and these events today. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We have an accident eastbound 94 at 84th Street. The left shoulder is blocked right now. Folks are getting past it, and then you kind of hit sun glare. Yeah, it's going to be slow basically from the Zoo interchange all the way to Hawley Road, then back on the brakes through the stadium. The westbound side backed up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound also slowing down from east of Highway 16 all the way past Barker Road to about Brookfield Road. Southbound 43 now starting to slow down before Good Hope Road all the way down to about Bender Road. Traffic is brought to you by Dick & Schroef Heating and Cooling, now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Join a winning positive team culture that sets them apart. Apply today at dickandschroef.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. Weather is brought to you by Avondale Roofing. Raise the roof and your standards with Avondale Roofing, your trusted partner for over 30 years. Remember, they get on top, so you don't have to. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Are you ready to unleash the beast?
Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Why would we trade our best player?
Well, at least you got to watch him in person when he was here.
I named my only son after him.
So you'll always remember his name.
Yeah, but what do I do with this jersey?
Luckily, the company has a great return policy.
I wore it for 6 seasons.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Big hurt.
I heard that's like,
Ron and the Key Wagon say you guys should slow down before you take on a sponsor.
Here I am.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Apologies to Al in Kohler on the Cardinals Talking text line, 800-990-3776. He wanted me to ask Jason if we should be afraid that El Guerzma gets picked up before they can sign him to the practice squad. I would not be concerned about that. A lot of times with these third-string quarterbacks, because most teams are only going to keep 2, unless you're the Cleveland Browns who drafted 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, because you have to put them on the 53.
Yeah.
No one's going to.
Well, and they did that with those guys. They traded away Kenny Pickett yesterday. So a lot of times with the third quarterback, most teams are only keeping 2, and they have one that they want to develop, that they've had in their camp, that they're also doing the same thing with. So most of the time, unless you have somebody who's just really standing out and getting a lot of people's attention, you're not going to be able to get them through the practice squad.
Let's not forget what the feeling was about Sean Clifford just a few years ago.
Yeah, he couldn't play.
No, should he be starting over Jordan Love?
Correct.
No, but then they went through that. Was it last year where this guy?
Yeah, that's why they traded for Malik Willis.
But I'm saying the new guy in town, when he came around, people were trying to debate if he should start over Jordan Love.
Yeah.
And now he's a cut candidate. Tyler Guerzma will likely never matter in any real sense.
No, neither one of them will.
So teams aren't going to be poaching a guy who played Canadian football and doesn't even fully understand the rules of NFL football at this point.
Did Jason say Clifford's probably bye-bye? He's not coming back to the practice squad?
Seems like it. Although I wouldn't be shocked if they kept him on the practice squad, because you got a lot of practice squad spots. Just as hey, we're still developing El Guerzma, and if bleep hits the fan, we're more comfortable putting Clifford in the game because he knows the rules of NFL football.
I also think there's a chance that if it comes to it, you could just sign him off the street. Sean Clifford.
Probably a pretty good chance of that, too. Or, because here's the thing. Even if he goes to somebody else's practice squad and bleep hits the fan, you're signing him to the 53 anyway. So you can just go grab him off of whatever practice squad he's on.
If Clifford has to play a meaningful game, I'm probably going to watch the Bucs.
The Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah.
Light it up, light it up. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Care if he's,
that's true.
The season is over.
That's very true. It's very, very true. If things have gone that sideways at that position,
that position is typically okay. He's never going to play for us, but can we trade him and get something for him? That's how Ron used to do it back in the day.
And I can't imagine you're going to get anything for
No.
There's no way El Guerzma is going to get the opportunities to ever prove that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like in an actual game.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Chewy, but I enjoyed the Seneca Wallace, Scott Tolzien
that year
of the.
That's kind of painful.
They were far more competitive than I ever expected with those guys.
Yeah, fair.
I believe And maybe I believe that Vince Young was on the team during preseason that year.
That's right.
And they cut him, and they went with Seneca instead. Then Seneca got hurt, so they had to elevate Tolzien. Eventually brought back Matt Flynn. It was
you
rough
look at
year.
how good
they
Ron
made the playoffs
was,
that year.
You looked at for a stretch there how good Ron was.
Oh yeah,
Burnell.
Yep.
Remember Aaron
Banks.
Aaron
Brooks. Knew it started
got
with
value
Bass at
for
football
him.
camp. Hasselbeck. Ty Detmer.
Detmer went on to Philly and played a little bit. Even Doug. Doug signed a pretty big deal with Philly when he left us.
And then he came back.
Kind
of like Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe this guy can be our starter. Oops. Nope. Never mind.
We had a lot
But
of
yeah, Ron had a really good track record.
he had a really good
track record. Well, I think it also helped with Holmgren being able to develop those guys.
Being a whisperer.
Yeah, they had that great relationship. I remembered what I wanted to talk to Jason about. We will dive into that coming up next here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But it doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue for any guy. Telling you about mentality for years. Let them help you the way they've helped me. If you're tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself, just you feel like you've lost that edge a little bit, those are all signs of low testosterone. And it's easily fixable. Just go to Mentality, the website, mentalityhealth.com/radio. They allow treatment to fit into every guy's schedule, and it's not a one-size-fits-all. If you go through their process, they find out that your testosterone levels are low. It is a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you, and you go back every 12 to 13 weeks to make sure that your levels stay where they are so you can increase strength, shake fatigue, sleep better, even lose weight with Mentality. What are we waiting for here? Just go to the website. Mentalityhealth.com/radio is the website. Mentalityhealth.com/radio to find out more about Mentality's low testosterone treatments.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
If you're like me and you need organization in your life, I cannot recommend Closets by Design enough. Doug and his team in Mequon came out to my house, they checked out my closet, and they saw that I have too much stuff and not enough space for it all. So they came in and they reimagined the whole thing. And I got to tell you guys, it is gorgeous, but it is also practical. And now I have organization where before there was chaos and clutter. If that sounds like you or a spot in your house that you're thinking of right now, you need to reach out to my friends over at Closets by Design. Doug and his team are right there in southeastern Wisconsin. They will bring a personal, local touch, and there's a showroom in Mequon that you can visit to get inspiration if you need it. No obligation, in-home consultations, custom designs, and the best value in the business. If you're ready to get organized, call Closets by Design in Mequon and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you. For the first time, you can stream all of ESPN all in one place. And guys, it's changed the game for me personally. All the best live sports, the most championship moments, studio shows, documentaries, and originals, too many to even name them all. Plus, all these great new features, like watching 4 games at once in multi-view, your fantasy team updates live in-game, Sports Center customized just for you. They thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. You gotta check it out. Sign up for the all-new ESPN app, like right now.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats live from the stands, and we've got a special update. Sources confirm fans using the Vivid Seats app are racking up rewards with every ticket and doing it fast. With an unbeatable lineup of seats and perks that go the distance, why use any other app for game day? Don't fumble this season. Grab your tickets through Vivid Seats, download their app, earn rewards, and as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, get $20 off your first $200 in-app purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There's 2 things she counts in the house. One of the pictures. What do you think the other one is?
Firearms.
Viagra.
On 94.5 ESPN.
So what I wanted to ask Jason about that I forgot about, like in the moment forgetting about, even though I had the article sitting right in front of my face, because Jason's pretty tight with Bill Huber, covers the Packers for Sports Illustrated. Jason also has been known to have a pretty good relationship with the former quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Well, those two had a one-on-one. Bill Huber had a one-on-one with Aaron Rodgers. You can check it out. If you follow Bill Huber or just go to si.com/NFL/Packers to find the article that Bill wrote about his conversation with Aaron Rodgers. And there, again, a lot of things in there. He's downplaying. I think he's still excited to play the Packers, but rightfully points out there'd probably be a little bit more juice for him if he was returning to Lambeau. He's going to try to treat it just like any other game, and all those different, cliches you see when there's a legendary player taking on his former team. But there was a little note right at the beginning that I found the most interesting thing about this whole article that Bill wrote. Rodgers called on Monday, one day before roster cuts. Interestingly, he asked about the status of receiver Romeo Doubs.
Yeah.
So
they need a second receiver. Doubs would fit.
Well, it's just because it's funny because it didn't seem like Rodgers and Doubs had a good relationship. Like Doubs even said basically as much after Rodgers had left in the 1 year that they were together. And this offseason, they were like, oh, man, maybe the Steelers would be interested in Romeo Doubs because of him and Rodgers. And now I'm starting to think that might have been, that story was leaking out of Rodgers' camp if he is the one who is now asking about Romeo Doubs. And I think that's what kind of started the whole thing of, oh, well, if the Packers position, if they're healthy at that position and they feel good about their receivers, maybe they could trade Romeo Doubs because it doesn't seem like they're going to give him a contract extension. Now, obviously, they are not healthy at that position. We don't know about the status of Savion Williams, Jaden Reed, or Dontavian Wicks for the opener. So that's not something that they can do right now in terms of trading Romeo Doubs. But Chewy, you asked Jason, well, what about when these guys get healthy? Well, if Christian Watson's getting healthy 6 to 7 weeks into the season, trading Romeo Doubs could still potentially be on the table.
I think the chances are probably, well, depending on where they're at, right?
I mean, if they feel they're good at that position and they're healthy, and Romeo Doubs Christian Watson's coming back, I could see them trading Romeo to somebody who wants a wide receiver. That opens up a roster spot. Don't have to cut any of the young guys that you like.
What if they're 6-1? I mean, if they're 3-4, then
well, but if they're 6-1, what's Romeo's role? Is he dominating? Well, then no. Of course, they're not going to trade him.
Upset the apple cart.
But if he's just a contributor, I could see them doing that.
If he's a contributor, yeah.
Well, if he's fourth on the team or third on the team and catches,
I don't think that's going to be
Also,
though.
we just saw him last year act out.
Yep.
That's a factor that's still weighing in the back of the Packers' mind. And how is he going to react to if Matthew Golden goes out there and is the leader in receptions on the team at a young age?
Fair. I mean, he just. He's an odd duck.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Chewy. Like, I don't think it's likely. The most likely scenario is that Romeo Doubs plays out the rest of the year for the Packers and goes elsewhere in free agency next year. Maybe he signs a big enough contract the Packers can get a compensatory pick. That's the most likely scenario. But I'm saying, like,
would you be shocked if there's a situation where Romeo Doubs by week 6 finds himself out of the rotation as like a main contributor? If it's him, Jaden Reed, and Wicks, would that be the most surprising thing to you ever?
No.
Because Romeo Doubs feels like a guy.
Romeo, again, going back to just pure snap counts, like he played the most snaps at the receiver position for the Packers last year. Like he was out there the most. And and again, when he was upset with his role in the offense, he was the leader in catches and targets. So now if those opportunities start to slip away because they like some of the other options that they have, whether it's Matthew Golden, whether it's both tight ends getting more playing time and those guys are taking targets away from him, I could see a scenario in which they trade him even if they are 5-2, 6-1.
But
if he's upsetting the apple cart.
He is their most consistent receiver. I mean, he's not great. He's consistent, right?
Yeah, but
he's not special. He's consistent.
But I don't think that's a good thing, Chew. That's like you saying yesterday when we were talking about, they have depth at wide receiver because they're all the same, or they have depth at defensive end because they're all kind of the same. Like, that's not actual depth. Like, being a mid-level receiver isn't actually consistent. You know, like Randall Cobb was consistent.
You guys are just blinded right now by Golden and
by his speed.
Yeah, but
it's
young guys, young guys get hurt. Young guys make mistakes. Young guys drop balls. Okay,
so does Romeo Doubs.
He doesn't drop a lot of balls. That's why Wicks. I mean, everyone's waiting for Wicks to emerge. Last year was the season of gush with Wicks. You know, who would you rather have in there on third down, Wicks or Doubs?
Matthew Golden.
I'll take Doubs all day long. Oh, I can't wait.
See, Matthew Golden.
You realize you're making yourself out in a situation
I'm covered.
here.
No, I'm covered.
Where
I'm covered both ways.
Because he can rely on being the biggest cheerleader at draft time.
Yep.
So he can rely on that. If Golden goes off, it's fantastic. But if Golden doesn't go off,
total CYA.
then he can just look at us and go, "Hey, I told you so." This is what happens with young guys.
Josh is like the Turk. I don't see you. I just don't see you. Yes. But you have to say Doubs is their most consistent receiver. Yes or no? He doesn't have the most potential, but he is the most consistent receiver.
Isn't Jaden Reed more consistent?
No.
He fell off, man, into the year.
Like he had games where he's like one catch. But again, like Romeo Doubs had 601 yards receiving last year.
Consistent.
Hasn't Jaden Reed had more in both of his years?
Yeah, Jaden Reed was their leading receiver in each of the first 2 years in yards and in receptions.
Doesn't always mean consistent.
But again, the splits between his first and second half are startling for Jaden Reed.
Still, what's Romeo doing?
One again.
Apparently he's being consistent. I don't know. I don't know what that means, Josh, but he's being consistent.
It means nothing. That's what I'm learning.
A lot to get to in hour 2, including Jeff Levering coming up in about 12 minutes. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy returns in 2.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
All right, delays continue on 94 eastbound from Highway 16 to about Highway F, and then back on the brakes through the Barker Road area. And again, from the Zoo interchange pretty much all the way to 30th Street. We do still have this accident on the left shoulder at 84th Street. Folks are getting past it, though, so at least there's that for you. We've got some debris on the off-ramp to Hampton from 41 southbound. That's something to keep in mind. Got delays from Good Hope Road all the way down past that point, almost to Burleigh. Northbound slow from just north of Blue Mound all the way up towards Hampton. And then westbound 94 delays out of the Marquette all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. We've got southbound 43 also heavy from Brown Deer Road to Bender Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy with a high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. Today's forecast, sunny skies and a winning shine. Get your first car wash free at TsunamiExpress.com just in time for game day. Tsunami Express, wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But that's not why I'm tired. My husband was snoring like crazy last night again, you guys. Like 5 times I woke up and had to gently reach over and give him a little tap.
Gently. You awake? Yeah. I just want you to know I hate you. So does my dad. Well, that's fine. Guess what? I hate you too.
Hey, I am trying to be gentle. Now, one time
I was about to say.
What?
So the first time, yes. How hard was it the second time?
No, still
Third
trying to
time.
be gentle. I believe it was the third time I caught him with a fingernail.
This house sucks ass. Well, the only reason you're living here is because me and my dad decided that your mom was really hot.
Why don't you guys listen to me?
I try to.
No, not you.
Oh.
Women.
Oh.
I tell my wife to have a squirt gun, and anytime you snore, you squirt in the face.
Like a
cat?
Yes.
You and your mom are hillbillies. This is a house of learned doctors. You're not a doctor. You're a big, fat, curly-headed
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it.
Just keeping an eye on all the things happening in the NFL right now because some cuts are already starting to be leaked out. Like Cam Robinson, who had signed with the Texans this year, suffered an injury. They realigned their offensive lineman and decided, we actually like this. They're going to cut Cam Robinson, who started 10 games last year for the Minnesota Vikings at left tackle. He's got a lot of experience in the NFL, played 17 games, played 10 games last year for the Vikings, but also played 7 for Jacksonville. So he played the full 17 at tackle. So maybe these are some names to kind of keep out potentially for the Green Bay Packers. Don't know if they're done scooping up offensive linemen, but trying to keep an eye on the waiver wire. Also have a question from Matt saying, what about the fact that Jordan Love has the Rodgers-Cobb relationship with Romeo? Coming from Matt and Franklin. The difference being, okay, maybe he's got that connection. I think that if I were to describe the relationship for Romeo Doubs to Jordan Love, yes, they have a really good connection. But I look at it as closer to the Aaron Rodgers,
Alan Lazard,
Ruvel Martin relationship more than the Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb relationship. Randall was so much better than what Romeo is.
Yes.
Romeo's fine. Romeo's going to play in this league for a while as a number 3 wide receiver. Again, his career numbers through 3 years are roughly that of what Jamar Chase had last year. 1,700 yards and 15 touchdowns. That's Romeo Doubs' career through 3 seasons.
Consistent. Not wow, just consistent. But you're right. He is more than half the teams. He'd be a number 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think consistent also here is a stand-in for not that good but available. Because how many guys, given the opportunities that Romeo Doubs has been given, would perform exactly this way?
Romeo knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also good at catching the ball in a crowd because he's consistently in one.
It's due to his own inability to separate.
Again, he's got some skills that it's nice to have on the team. Can't wait to replace him as the team's number 1.
I'm trying to be as respectful as possible here. I don't know if people realize just like sort of how mediocre the level of talent is in that room.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so bullish on Matthew Golden, because when one guy is so clearly more talented than the next, your coaches are going to continue to give you more and more opportunities. Like, who's holding him back? Who's holding Matthew Golden back, and what's holding him back?
Nothing.
The only thing I could see holding him back is, like, literally Jordan Love not being that good.
Well, the thing that's holding him back, Josh, is the obvious thing. His youth. He's young. You have to learn how to play in this league. Most guys don't show up and be like, hey, I've arrived.
Baptism by fire, though. Like, again, if the theory from Brian Gutekunst is, let's play these young guys, we'll take those lumps early, and then by the end, like, we're ready to go, why would that not also apply to Matthew Golden, who's not being held back by somebody who is the 47? Like, where does Romeo Doubs rank on that list that you love to bring up, where where Jaden Reed is the 47th ranked receiver in the league? Like, this guy's not a top 50 receiver in the league. How on earth is he holding back Matthew Golden?
Because you're discounting things like, dude, learning an offensive playbook in the NFL is very difficult to do. You know, it's okay at practice and stuff, but when it's for real and you got 15 seconds to remember what you're doing, do I convert this route and do I do this? That's hard. When it's easy, when it becomes second nature. When you can learn other positions.
And you know how that happens?
Yeah.
By playing these guys. Not babying them and coddling them and bringing them along.
No,
Throw them in the fire,
The problem is...
Like, if you're spending a first-round pick on someone...
When you get into the NFL and you played 3 years, your negatives, you know how we talked about, I really like the negatives in the scouting reports of Golden because I think most of them are fixable, right?
Yes.
All these receivers have negatives, right? Like Dobbs, consistent is probably not a good word to use for your number 1 receiver. Jaden Reed, is he just a slot guy? Devondre Wicks drops a lot of balls.
Why?
Not involved.
Why?
Christian Watson, he's getting better, not a great route runner. You know?
Why can't Matthew Golden have a season similar to like a Ladd McConkey? 112 targets, 71.8 yards per game. He played 16 games, had 82 receptions, and 1,149 yards.
He can, Josh, but the problem is they're going to run the ball 52% of the time.
I don't think they will.
And then LaFleur likes receivers by committee.
Well,
Whoa. I don't think he likes receiver by committee. I think he's done it the last 2 years because, again, we take the last 2 years and you take the first 4 years. First 4 years was certainly not receiver by committee. The last 2 years was because you're hoping that somebody breaks out. I don't think he wants to do, just for the same reason, I don't think he wants to run the ball 52% of the time. You said that last year too, that ultimately Matt LaFleur wants to throw the football. And Matthew Golden has the skill set that gives him the ability to throw the football.
Yeah.
I use the Chargers there on purpose because they are so run heavy. As we know, they've got Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh, who are old school football guys. So they're really reliant on that. And I also think that last year's wide receiver room for the Chargers is rather comparable to what we have with the Packers. Now, I think Tucker Kraft is better than anyone the Chargers had, and that's certainly going to cut into that. But it seems like if everything goes the way I totally agree. Matt LaFleur didn't also run the ball that much prior to the offense sort of stinking.
Yeah. He pivoted
that was
to
a
that.
necessity.
He pivoted to that because that's what they needed to do to be successful.
And I think they're still going to run the ball a bunch this year, Chew.
Yeah.
I really do. I think they're going to, because, again, they invested in the offensive line. Aaron Banks is more of a road grader than a pass blocker, but also they ultimately want to throw the ball. I think it's going to flip a little bit. I think they're going to throw the ball 52, 53% of the time and run the ball that 47% of the time.
We'll see.
I think they're going to flip
I'm just saying, don't put too much pressure on the kid because he's young. Because you know what? When Christian Watson comes back, he's going to X. Right? That's the position he plays. He's going to X. So what do? Got to see what Dobbs, see where Golden is right then. Your Z is your guy in the offense. He catches the most balls. He's got to be the best route runner, which he is.
He might already be their best route runner.
I know, but he's going to have to flop positions. They're not putting Christian Watson at Z because I think Christian Watson's not a great route runner, but he's a burner.
I would not be shocked if he is their Z to start the season.
Well, I don't know. Well, who you playing at X? X is kind of your speed guy. Well,
figure it out.
All right.
Feed Matthew Golden. We're gonna feed our guy, Jeff Levering, as we talk with Levering coming up next. But I do want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed for innovation, rigorously tested for quality and performance to last for years, and built to create long-term energy savings. They've helped me. Got the new front door in the house, still getting compliments as new people continue to come over. I'm sure the next time Joshy comes over, he's going to say, oh, wow, it's a pretty nice front door. Of course it is, because it came from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years and visit PellaWI.com today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
All right, delays continue on 94 eastbound from Highway 16 to about Highway F, and then back on the brakes through the Barker Road area. And again,
I got you. Got me.
Change pretty much all the way to 30th Street. We do still have this accident on the left shoulder at 84th Street. Folks are getting past it, though, so at least there's that for you. We've got some debris on the off.
You got it. You need me to do anything with my camera?
Southbound, that's something to keep in mind. Got delays from Good Hope Road all the way down past that point, almost to Burleigh. Nice. Northbound slow from just north of Blue Mound all the way up towards Hampton. And then westbound 94, delays out of the Marquette all the way to about Mitchell
Gabe.
Boulevard. We've got southbound 43 also heavy from Brown Deer Road to Bender Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy with a high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. Today's forecast, sunny skies and a winning shine. Get your first car wash free at TsunamiExpress.com just in time for game day. Tsunami Express, wash, chill, repeat. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN, and don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
But she doesn't know. Every now and then, I got the blammer coming up and I'll let you use my tractor for 2 of the blue things. Which I think's a pretty good deal. Which gets me in trouble.
You got a Viagra ring?
On 94.5 ESPN.
It is Tuesday, which means it is time to talk to our guy, Jeff Levering, one of the voices of the Brewers. Catch him on radio right now for this series. Catch him on TV. Jeff, what's going on, bud? How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. Good morning. Nice to be on the winning side of things yet again. The old Brew Crew doing just fine.
Well, and you talked about on the broadcast yesterday, the bottom part of the lineup, and they were successful yesterday, 4 hits, 4 runs. It seems like when this offense is humming, it is that bottom part of the lineup. So is the return of Jackson Chourio, when it happens, going to be twofold? One, you get one of your best offensive players back because Jackson's that good. But 2, it's also going to bump somebody else who's been good down back to the bottom part of that lineup.
It just does. It creates length, right? And I think for guys like Isaac Collins, you get an opportunity for him not to play every single day, which is not a bad thing. He's been playing great. He was the player of the month in July in terms of rookies in the National League. He was awesome. But you can tell that, hey, he might need to play 5 out of 7 days instead of 7 out of 7 days. What Jackson Chourio brings everybody else bumps back down. Like you said, it just fortifies that lineup even more so. He's still a few days away. He's not going to be here tomorrow. It's still a couple of days away before he comes back. But the Brewers have options. They're going to be a better offensive team, if that's hard to believe, when he comes back into that lineup because of how good they've been in the month of August. But certainly the Brewers are going to welcome him back with open arms, and he's closer than folks would think.
Jeff, Brandon Woodruff showing a little emotion during the game last night after a botched play, throwing the ball into the dugout. Is that a good thing? Kind of like a quarterback yelling at a receiver.
For sure. And Woody's always played with that edge. It's he's from the South, and he's built with some red ass in there. And you got to have some of that.
Yeah.
Right? You have to. You have to pitch with that edge. If you don't think that you're on the top of that mountain dictating your own terms, then what are you doing? You don't need to be taking the mound. And for Brandon Woodruff, I love the way that he pitches. You don't necessarily see all of that emotion all the time from Woody, but when it comes out, you go, okay, all right, no, he's locked in. And they dropped that pop-up in the first inning, and then what happened after that? He retired the next 14 hitters in a row. So it's good to see that old vintage Brandon Woodruff come out from time to time.
Are they going to continue to try to manipulate the rotation to give Woody the rest that they did? Bring up Chad Patrick, who pitched well on Sunday, so you can give the extra rest to Woody. Is that something they're going to continue to do for the final 5 weeks?
I think they have to be cautious about it. I think they have to be cautious with Jacob Mizorowski, too. I think both of those guys, you might see shorter starts or at least give them longer rest. I thought during this stretch of 18 straight days, 19 games in 18 days, that they would go to a 6-man rotation through the entire way. That way, all those guys just work 3 times during these 18 days, right? Everybody's working on 6 days rest. They haven't done that to this point. They have given an extra day to Brandon Woodruff and to Mizorowski, who's going to go tonight. But the Brewers will have off days moving forward in September. I think that's a good thing. And it's going to be built in extra days off for everybody as you get into the stretch run. It's better to be safe than not, right? He's only pitched on 4 days rest 1 time this year. You got to be careful with his innings. You got to be careful with that shoulder.
Okay, speaking of Miz, what is the plan for him? Because he's already thrown the most innings he ever has as a professional. 97 was what he threw last year. He's up over that, the combined AAA and Major League innings. How careful are they going to be? Are there going to be times where he's only throwing 60 pitches so they make sure he's ready for a postseason push? What is their plan for Jacob Mizorowski?
I think this is twofold. I think one, Gabe, you got to make sure he's throwing the ball well. And he has been prone these last 2 appearances of having that blow-up inning. And you got to get away from that. It's a 30-pitch inning. It's a 40-pitch inning against the Cubs last time out. You got to get away from that. You got to throw the ball better. You can't have these little blips of wildness where he just loses it. And then the next batter, the next half inning, he's as dominant as he ever was. You kind of go, well, where was that? Why didn't we just tap into that a couple of seconds ago? So that's number one. He's got to get himself right to where when things are going off kilter, he can get himself back on the tracks. The second part of it, I think innings wise, they're in a good place with him. I know he's over where he was from a year ago, but that's by design.
Yeah, because
You
you want
want
to
to
grow
see
that.
that from
Yeah.
you want to grow that, right? So I think the common knowledge is it's 25% of what you did a year ago. So if you threw 100 innings last year, it's going to be 125 innings this year. You can manipulate that as you move forward. I don't know if they're going to go shorter in terms of starts on him. There's a potential that he just goes into the bullpen and becomes a super bullpen guy. He becomes that Josh Hader role from 2018 where you can throw him into the third inning or you can throw him into the seventh inning and close a game for you if he's dominating. Those are things that decision wise, you can make those calls, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with his workload innings wise. It's got to be about how he is being efficient and how he's working well.
Can that be a rough transition though? Because he's been a starter his entire career, so he has a way that he gets ready. The way starters get ready, bullpen guys, you got to get ready a little bit quicker. Can that be? Would that transition factor into whatever decision they make if he's going to be a starter reliever down the stretch?
Easier transition to go from starter into bullpen than it is from bullpen to starter, in my opinion. So you could, all right, you have your warm up process, you have whatever you need to do. He's not going to be a guy that you're going to bring in with the bases loaded anyway. He's going to get a clean inning. So you can, if he needs to ramp up a little bit more, he's on the other side of the bullpen. He's getting ready. He's doing what he needs to do to get himself ready for the next half inning while you have that oh my gosh guy that's coming into Nick Mears, right? With the bases loaded and nobody out, try and get out of it. He's the guy who's going to be coming into that situation, not Mizorowski. So I think that transition it would be easier for a guy like Mizorowski.
Jeff, who's the vocal leader or leaders of the team? I mean, we look at Yelly as kind of a soft-spoken. Woody seems like kind of to himself. Who's the vocal leader when they need a little shot in the you-know-what?
Yeah, I think that Yelich knows how to lead this team in the best way possible. By example, he can get into somebody if he needs to. Rhys Hoskins was certainly that guy when he was on the roster, and I think that Rhys, even when he comes back in September, maybe the end of this month, he could be that guy again. I feel like Sal Frelick, even though he's still a younger guy, has that mentality to be a vocal leader, even though he hasn't played very long. He could get into somebody if he need to. It's different than in football or in basketball where you play so many games. It's not built on that emotion as much, right? I mean, yeah, you need to light a fire into somebody if they're really not playing the way you're supposed to be playing, if they're not playing in the program, but at the same time, you don't need to be chewing somebody out because they didn't run a hard 90 unless it's a consistent thing. Those things have a way of working themselves out without dividing the clubhouse. Because that is a sacred place.
Is there a fear, though, as the playoffs get closer, guys might get tight? Because they say, everyone hears in the NFL that, hey, once the playoffs start, things speed up.
Yeah.
Is there an equivalent to that in baseball?
Sure. I mean, the game moves a lot faster in the postseason. Decisions are made a lot faster.
Yeah.
You struggle in the first inning, someone's getting ready in the bullpen right now. If you have a bad at-bat or two bad at-bats, the matchups don't work out for you, and you're coming out in the fourth inning. So decisions happen a lot faster, but I think that the experience that this team got last year with all the young guys playing in the postseason, they had it in 2023 as rookies against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, granted, it didn't work out their way, but that experience for all those guys is critical moving into this season.
Talking with Jeff Levering, as we do each and every Tuesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Looking forward, even beyond this year, what is Aaron Ashby's role going to be? They signed him to that contract. They gave him the extension. He gets injured. And obviously, I think when they signed him to that contract, they wanted him to be a starter. But last night was kind of fun as a reliever. Just come in and be absolutely electric, striking out 5 guys in an inning and 2/3. What do you think his role beyond this year is going to be?
Yeah, he's pretty filthy, wasn't he? I
It
mean,
was
he's fun to
ridiculous.
watch.
He was
He's
outrageous.
nasty. Like we were talking about it on the broadcast, and it's catcher set up down the middle, and just throw it at the glove, and then I don't know where this pitch is going to go. Right? It's like, it's green throw up emoji every time he throws the ball because it's gross. Um, I think that I think that they see him as a starter long term because he has the arsenal to be a really good
Yeah, he's
starter.
got a lot of
But
pitches.
yeah, he is so valuable though in the role that he is in to where he could go one inning. He could come in and face two batters and strike two guys out in a critical situation. He could go 3 innings out of the bullpen. He is so valuable in that way, and he recovers really well. That's the thing. Like when Josh Hader was doing this back in the day, and I'm not making comparisons to those two guys. They're different people. They throw different stuff, but he recovers a lot better than Josh Hader does. When Hader would go out and go more than one inning, he needed 3 days off. For Ashby, if he went 3 innings the other day against the Cubs and was getting loose 2 days later. So I think for him, he's just happy throwing the ball well. He is happy being a part of this group. He doesn't have to be a starter. He's just happy being a contributor, and he's a big part of what they're doing down in that bullpen.
Jeff, do you think we're going to see Chourio versus Toronto?
Highly possible, but they need to see him get through games. I mean, that's a couple of days away. They need to get him playing 9 innings at least 2 straight days. You have to, because it's not like, okay, well, he can come back up and he's going to be in there for 5 innings and then we're going to take him out. You want him playing virtually every single day, and he's got to be able to trust that hamstring's going to hold up. So if it's not Toronto, I would say he's back more than likely Labor Day.
Is Abner Uribe going to cause a fight one day? The way he prances
Didn't he
around.
already?
I mean, that's true. That might be true. I love it, Jeff, but I can just see how he does it after the wrong guy, and tempers are going to flare a little bit with him prancing around. It was the thought that went through my mind on Sunday when he went off the field after closing out the 8th, and then he did the same thing last night after closing out the game.
Yeah, it's he's done something a little different. Like last year when he was closing the games out, he would do the pistol thing and put it in the holster. And then he added some new. It feels like he was adding something new to the celebration every appearance. He'd go to the holster and then he'd hit his chest and he'd look up at the sky and then he'd do all these other things with his hands, and then he just started the strut and the prance recently, and he looks like the scarecrow. He's just kind of like nimbly bimbly. I had no bones in my arms and just kind of flopping around. He's so athletic. He's so freaky the way that he looks.
The play that he made to close out the game last night is outrageous. He made it
Nobody-
look easy, but I don't know of any
No-
other pitcher who's making that play.
No chance. No chance. I mean, he's falling off on the first base side. He's got to reverse and go back towards second base. He makes the play over his shoulder. He's turning and then he throws a little shovel pass over to first base. It's the most athletic play you'll ever see, that no other pitcher in Major League Baseball makes. I think that if he does that to Wilson Contreras, that's probably not going to sit well. Probably not going to sit well.
Well,
I mean, you saw what happened last year with Jose Siri and
Yeah.
the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well,
So
they
I
got
mean,
Philly
it's
coming
okay.
to town, so if it's going to go down.
Well, I was about to say Wilson got himself in a little bit of trouble last night too. So
he did.
There could be a suspension coming after he threw his bat.
At his own coach.
Well, I mean, I think it hit his own coach. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
intended to hit his own coach. I think is the problem.
Correct.
With Wilson.
Yeah,
that kind of becomes the issue there. But how nice is it to have when you have your closer throw 32, 34 pitches on Sunday, so he's unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
You just can turn to Abner Uribe, and he can close out a game in 11 pitches.
I mean, the Brewers have been so lucky in this aspect for the last decade, right? Think
Yeah.
about the guys that have been in that back end of the bullpen. If it wasn't Knable available for you, then you had Hader or Jeremy Jeffress closing the ball game out, and they traded for Joakim Soria, who's got a ton of saves over the course of his career. That was the 18 team. Then it was Hayter and Williams, and then it turned into Williams and McGill, and now you've got Koenig who can close games out for you. Mears has a save. You feel comfortable, of course, with Adrian Uribe picking up saves. You could have Aaron Ashby throw 3 innings to finish out a ball game for you if you needed to. There's a lot of confidence in that back end of the bullpen to get those final 3 outs. But it's all about the culture that they have created out there in the bullpen, knowing that those guys can go in there and get the job done when they need to. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a guy like Abner Uribe pumping in 90-mile-an-hour sliders and 101-mile-an-hour bowling ball fastballs as your setup guy.
Jeff, always appreciate the time, man. Look forward to talking to you next week. Hopefully the lead just continues to grow over the Cubs from here on out.
You got it. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Jeff Levering joins us each and every Tuesday right here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Always great to catch up with him. Do want to tell you about Mentality, because it doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue for any guy. That's why I've been telling you about Mentality. I'm hoping you start to listen. Go to the website, mentalityhealth.com/radio. And there you can learn more about their testosterone process. You can book your appointment where you can meet with them, go through the process, get a blood panel done. If your testosterone levels are low, then you can start their treatment plan with them. And it's not one size fits all. It is a custom testosterone treatment plan just for you. You go back every 12, 13 weeks, make sure that your levels are where they need to be. If not, they'll adjust it. If it has to be higher, if it has to be lower. They want to make sure you are feeling and performing at your very best. Increase strength, shake fatigue, sleep better, lose weight with Mentality. Just go to mentalityhealth.com/radio, as Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments. mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we've got some delays and an accident now. 94 southbound at the ramp from Layton. The left shoulder is blocked with a crash, so that's something to keep in mind. Northbound through the Plainfield curve all the way up to Oklahoma Avenue is going to be a bit tight. Eastbound 94 got some backups from the zoo all the way to 35th Street. The westbound side's backed up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from the zoo all the way to about Calhoun. Southbound 41 backing up from Appleton Avenue to Capitol. Northbound slowing down just north of Blue Mound Road all the way up towards Hampton. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Gates open at 6 with live music starting at 7. Boo the Band takes the stage. Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
AccuTrans offers a variety of transportation and hospitality services for conventions and events of any size, providing airport transportation, hotel shuttles, individual transfers, and even on-site greeters. What could be better? Private transportation is made simple with AccuTrans Group. Get a quote, make a reservation, and enjoy the ride. To book a car today, visit the online portal or email info@accutransgroup.com. That's info@accutransgroup.com.
Joint pain makes it hard to enjoy anything when it comes to life, let alone the small things like getting out of bed or walking down a flight of stairs. Whether it be hoping it'll just disappear or feeling like you've tried every other option, let me tell you, you haven't tried them all if you haven't tried QC Kinetics. This is Brad Nortman, and I have to tell you about my experience when I visited QC Kinetics at the Greenfield location. It was incredible to see with my own 2 eyes all the tools that they have to get you feeling your best and get rid of that pain for the long term. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, and they have cellular therapies that's going to get that pain away for the long term and get you living your best life again. Your pain-free life is waiting for you on the other side of calling QC Kinetics, because there is your free, no-pressure consultation where you can be evaluated, put on a personal plan of pain relief, and be able to tell if you're a good candidate for QC Kinetics. Grab the phone now and call QC Kinetics for that free consultation. Call them today at 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
outdoor. Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com.
Got an unused car, truck, or SUV just sitting in your garage? Now's the time to act. Your vehicle donation to Rawhide Youth Services provides essential mental health care for youths facing trauma and behavioral challenges. Your help is needed right away. Your vehicle could be the key to a young person's fresh start. Don't wait. Donate today at rawhide.org or call 1-800-RAWHIDE. Empty your garage. Fill a young life with hope.
Okay, gang, we have to talk about the all-new ESPN app. The most live sports, the best championship moments, and so much more. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, college hoops, volleyball, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse, the list goes on and on. Plus, shows like SportsCenter with SVP, First Take with Stephen A., College Game Day, the entire 30 for 30 library. It is all of ESPN, all in one place. Sign up now.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank. National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you know that fact, though?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that fact?
Is that just a fact, Brig?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Chewy does. Chewy knows the most facts of anyone on the show.
He also knows the most fiction.
On 94.5 ESPN.
All right, let's go ahead and get to it. I don't even know if there's new power rankings. I don't know if Chewy had to make up his own. We're going to all find out together this week on Power Rankings.
It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Did you catch the game last night?
Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
Okay, this list should be fairly easy. I'll give you 12 guesses to get 10.
Okay.
What I'm looking for today, and this just came out 2 weeks ago. Give me the top 10 most valued franchises in the NFL.
In the NFL.
And I will give you Green Bay is 18.
Okay.
At 6.48.
Again, not
billion.
Not
and
shocking that the Packers would be that low because they're in a small market.
That's with a B. Let me see. Last year they were, they moved up. They were 19 last year, moved up to 18.
All right, so how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys is numero uno at $12.8 billion. You're on the board.
I'm trying to think of the teams that have the new stadiums, which are going to raise value. What about a team like the San Francisco 49ers?
The San Francisco 49ers are number 5 at $8.6 billion. They fell from... No, they stayed the same. They were at 5 last year.
New York Football Giants.
The New York Football Giants are number 3 at $10.25 billion. And they were 3 last year.
What about the Los Angeles Rams?
The Los Angeles Rams are number 2 at $10.43 billion, and they were 2 last year as well.
I mean, I got to imagine if the Giants are 3, the Jets are also going to be on this list.
Jets, Jets are number 8 at $8.11 billion. They are actually down from 6.
Ooh.
This one is going to seem a little strange, but I think it makes sense. The Las Vegas Raiders.
The Las Vegas Raiders are number 9.
Yeah.
At $7.9 billion. They were 9 last year.
I don't think that's weird, Josh. I think, again, new stadium, they're there.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9.
So I'm also just thinking about big markets.
Yep.
Like Houston's bigger than everyone thinks.
Mm-hmm.
They have decent stadium, young quarterback. They've made the playoffs the last couple of years. I'm going to say the Houston Texans.
Houston Texans are 12.
Oof.
They are 12 at $7.17 billion.
Okay, I'm thinking, trying to stay out west a bit. Would a team, and this team always surprises me, would a team like, do you think that, wait a second.
You guys are missing
What
a
about the
couple
Kansas City Chiefs?
layups. You guys are missing a couple layups.
I'm gonna guess the Chiefs.
Chiefs are not on the list. Well, they're on the list, but they're 16.
Yeah, the franchise has been evaluated.
All right, you got large
layups.
market. They're all large market teams.
So like the Patriots would be on this list.
Patriots are number 4. Why did you guys go Patriots after all those Super Bowls? 8.76.
Well, it's been a while since they've won the Super
billion.
Bowl, and it's not like their stadium's brand new.
Well, there's an obvious one that's right in your face. Success, huge market. Well, not huge, but big market.
Success, huge market. I'm drawing a blank on that.
Yeah, success in huge market?
Not huge, but big market. Large market. You need help here?
Well,
I mean,
because our listeners are screaming at you guys right now. I can hear them.
Yeah, it's not Chicago. It's not.
Team that won the Super Bowl?
Oh,
Philly. Yeah, that is a bad one.
Yep.
That's
bad.
Yeah.
Admit it.
Philly
On
is
us.
$8.43 billion. They're up from 8 last year.
And what number are they? 6?
They are 6.
So what ones are we still missing?
7 and 10.
7 and 10.
7 and 10.
10, I get Joshy's theory of the stadium.
Well, Washington
Josh?
Stadium is kind of.
Is it not built yet? Is it built yet?
Gabe said it.
Washington
is 10,
Yeah.
$7.47 billion. And then this one was a little sharp. Huge. Yeah, huge market. Huge market. Coach is so overrated. He's got to go after this year.
Could it be like Arizona?
Nope.
Huge market. Coach is overrated.
Huge market. And the market is just growing. It's just getting bigger and bigger.
So is that like a Denver? No.
Now, if the coach has to go.
Miami?
Atlanta?
Miami
Miami.
Dolphins, $8.25 billion. All right, in the division, you got Chicago's 11.
They should be embarrassed.
7-4-5.
That's embarrassing.
Well, when they get their new stadium.
Oh, yeah, that'll go up.
Then
But
it'll
yeah,
go
you know
up.
what? I mean, the only reason I guess they are 11 is because they don't really control their own stadium like the city does, which is why, again, they're looking to build elsewhere so they can have more control and say over those things.
Minnesota's 20 at 6.21. And Detroit, which is shocking, it's a huge market. They are 25th, 5.88. Who's the bottom?
I just think they have to repair what they did for decades.
Yeah, but they got a new stadium.
It's not that new. It's probably more than a decade old.
Ford Field?
Yeah.
Might be almost 20 years old.
No way. What's AmFam?
AmFam's 25.
No, it's like 12. 12.
Ford Field opened in 2002.
That was close.
It's 23 years old, man.
That's new. Look at Lambeau. How old's Lambeau? 1935.
Yeah, but they renovate it.
It doesn't matter. Cincinnati brings up the bottom at $5.5 million. Shocking.
Billion.
Shocking.
Not a $5.5 million franchise.
I was about to say, if they were that low, Chew.
Took them out once, let's take them out again.
Well, let's just get an investment group together and buy the Bengals. We can
what
do
about
what they
Dallas?
they've
Why
done.
is Dallas like so far above everyone else?
They dominate largely the fanship across the nation. They have a monolith of a stadium.
And they suck. There you go.
I mean, I don't know if that factors into the evaluation, but sure.
If you
Yeah, I
haven't
mean, the
been to
damn Jets are on the list.
that's fair
They
point.
made the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Packers, though, at what are they?
What you said 16?
Yeah, that's
$6.48 billion.
What do you think they'd be if they were a Milwaukee-based franchise?
A little bit higher on the list.
Not much, though. Because we're the Bucks. The Bucks are probably same spot in the NBA.
Probably like middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Maybe a little slightly higher just because Fiserv Forum is relatively new still.
Right. The thing is, Lambeau helps their evaluation because of
It's
how
a
nice
destination, yes.
But it also hurts because of the city they're in.
Because it's hard to get to.
So I don't know if building a brand new stadium in Milwaukee
No.
would do, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how that would even work.
But I would think they got to be happy
Oh,
where they're at.
I
They
think
should
so.
be thrilled.
I mean, head of Minnesota, head of Detroit.
I mean, I guess I don't really care how much the franchise is worth
Well, and it's
for
hard,
the Packers because it's not like they're selling it. It's not like
it's
But,
hard to,
but here's the thing. The closest comp to Green Bay is Buffalo.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
And Buffalo
that
is
makes
26th.
Yeah, and they're about to that's
They're
that's
building.
about to shoot up because they're building
you're
a new
right.
stadium.
Yes.
Like their stadium is old and they haven't kept it up the way the Packers have Lambeau Field,
Yes.
which is why they have to build a new one.
This is a good list. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Did you just pat yourself on the back and then thank yourself for it?
Half a cup.
We'll continue to thank Chewy coming up next. But for the first time, you can stream all of ESPN all in one place. Guys, it has changed the game. All the best live sports, most championship moments, studio shows, documentaries, and originals. There's too many to name everything. Plus, they've got great new features, like watching 4 games at once. I'm guessing that could come in handy this college football weekend. Your fantasy team updates live in-game, a sports center that's personalized just for you. They have thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. So check it out, sign up, download the all-new ESPN app. Do it right now.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym.
But don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
My name is Georgios Tsetis. I'm the co-founder of Nutrafol. My hair started thinning in my early 20s. I tried everything, and nothing was really working. So we created Nutrafol. Our hair growth supplements undergo clinical trials and have helped millions of men and women get visibly thicker and stronger hair in just 3 to 6 months.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a, like instead of a,
Yeah. But that's all part of taking the training law.
I do, but it's just such funny noises.
Did this get sexual or something? I don't know about it. What the hell just happened?
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I say. Happy wife, happy life. That usually means a visit to my guy, the dancing machine Dino, over at the Jewelry Center. Earrings, custom jewelry, and repair services. The Jewelry Center does it all, including top-of-the-line engagement rings. And when that day comes for my 4 boys to take their next step in their lives, you can bet they'll be heading to Dino at the Jewelry Center for their engagement ring. The Jewelry Center offers great deals and selections on both lab-grown and naturally mined diamonds for the rings. Plus, you always hear about how Gabe went to the Jewelry Center and had a great experience with the Jewelry Center specialist to pick out that perfect ring. Stop into one of their 3 locations, Brookfield, Greenfield, or Burlington today, or check out the full inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Cuts have started to happen for your Green Bay Packers. They've got to have it down to 53 by this afternoon. Chewy, do you know who J.J. Lippy is?
I believe he is the 3rd string left corner.
He was a guard, or I guess he still is a guard, but he's no longer a guard for the Green Bay Packers.
They moved him from corner to guard.
He put on a lot of weight, I guess. He's 302 pounds.
Okay.
Tough to play on the outside there. So he has been released, as has Johnny Lumpkin. Position for Johnny Lumpkin.
I know the name. I believe he's a DB.
I don't know why you're just going back to DB. It was a tight end. Tight end, Johnny Lumpkin.
Okay.
From Louisiana
Lafayette
Lafayette released. His brother must be a defensive back.
Yeah.
Those are the first 2 releases per Rob Demovsky. I will be checking in. Everyone should be checking in on that all day long. Wilde and Tausch, they'll update you on all those sorts of things. Coming up next on ESPN Milwaukee.
We have an accident on 94 eastbound near Highway 83, just west of Highway 83. I don't know if there's any lanes